Started. Step right up on the Madam Lightning talk show. And today, we will not be doing a news broadcast. We will be doing cooking with Madam Lightning. And I'm going to showcase some of my skills, some basic stuff for anybody who wants to join. I sent out some shares. So if you decide you want to, all I ask, if you want to support, a heart me or the community heart is the best part to do so. But let me show you what we're working with today here. Okay, so what we have here, right? So first of all, we're going to be doing some eggs. I'm going to do sunny side. I'm going to do it where you poach it because my kids love that. And then I'm going to take some ingredients. Right here, I got my green onion. I've got my onion. I've got my mushrooms. And then, now if you have a Sam's Club in your area, I highly recommend these bacon bits. These are the best bacon bits ever, okay? So we're going to get right into it. That's my mushroom mixes. I use mushrooms cut up. Then I also take, and what I do is I will add in the green onion. I add in some regular onion for flavor and saute it. I got my little oil squeezer right here. I use one of these bad boys. And everything. So the first and most important thing before you start cooking, right? Let me lower my camera a little bit so that everybody can see me a little better. Hold on, let me lower my pole here. That was not meant to sound that way, but hey, in cooking, anybody who's ever been in the kitchen. So the first and foremost thing, always wash your hands. So turning the water on. I have one of those soap pumps, so always wash your hands first. Make sure your hands are clean, especially since we have the cyclospora thing going on. Do the proper 20-second hand wash. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I don't always do it if I'm in a rush. I do like 10 seconds. And scrub between those fingertips and get them nice and clean. Alright, now, drying off my hands. Now for the next important lesson, right? So, when you're cooking, right? Because if you've ever seen certain influencers, you know that they keep a dirty ass stovetop and a dirty everything. Always clean down the surface you're working with. Always, and I mean always. So let me see if I can lower my camera a little bit more for this. Because I'm learning how to do this. I'm doing it single-handedly. Might have to turn it sideways, actually. I don't know if it works that way. But you clean down your surface that you're cooking with. So that's the next best thing. So, where is my cleaning spray? I thought I had everything together. Aha! Right here. So, this, ignore the label, because I actually make my own brew whenever I clean. Because, fun fact, Pine Sol mixed with some hot water and a little bit of Dawn dish soap not only cleans, but sanitizes the hell out of stuff, and it helps prevent bugs, because they don't like Pine Sol. So, that's a fun tip for you. And no, I don't encourage mixing chemicals if you don't know what you're doing, but this isn't actually what it says on the label, but I'm cleaning the surface with it. It's a Pine Sol mix. So I had my rag somewhere. Oh, here it is. Right here to the side. So clean down your surface. Always clean your surface. Always. Make sure you have a clean surface and clean hands. Like, don't assume it's clean, especially if you have children, because we all know they're walking bacteria pools that love to make us sick. So once you have that done, because my kids made pancakes this morning, so it's a little bit messy anyways. So, before I handle the food, right, just so everybody's aware, I touched chemicals, so I'm washing my hands one more time, then we're going to get started on the cooking segment. Because I got to get the chemicals off my hand, and then we're going to get this ball rolling. Alright. Got my little setup here. So now, I'm going to be using a small pan right here, right? I'm going to go ahead and set that on the stove. Let me see if I can turn this shit sideways. Give me 1 second. Because I'm new to learning how to use my equipment. I don't even know if like a live goes sideways. No, it won't let you do it sideways. Okay. Good to know. So whenever I'm recording, I know these things. Okay. So I'm going to have to kind of just give the best angle I can give for you guys, which I apologize. I'm doing all I can while I learn this. Let me use this. Alright, like I said, just bear with me. Oh, what am I making? So I'm going to be making, I'll show you one more time. So something simple for me today. I'm just going to be making some sunny side up eggs, but I'm making my mushroom mix where I take mushrooms, a little bit of green onion chopped up, some regular white onion chopped up, and then some of these, the best bacon bits I've ever had that are pre-cut unless you want to make it from scratch and you're like extra bougie. These tossed in the pan for the flavor with the mushrooms to give it a little bit of meat flavor to it. And then I'm going to take that with the eggs. It's like a mushroom mix with eggs on the side. So, all right. So while this is getting on the medium heat, all right, we're going to let that warm up. Now we're going to come over to the chopping station for a minute here. And let me see if I can. I don't know how well it's going to showcase my chopping skills. So I'll see what I can do here. Because I've never actually used equipment like this. It's one of those tripods, so just give me a second here. So, for anybody, chopping wise, let me get this old end of the green onion off. So, fun fact, when you're chopping with a knife, right? If you take it at an angle and you apply pressure at the handle, you can slice down with green onions especially. You can chop down and slide it to the side, and it finally dices them for you. So, probably one more little sliced row of green onion. Because you know onion is a holy trinity. Mine are evenly distributed and chopped up. I don't know how well y'all can see that. Like I said, eventually I'll get one of my kids to help me record. But today it's like a test run. So I'm trying to make sure that I get everything ready. So we're going to throw these little green onions into the bowl to get it ready. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and use the leftovers of my mushrooms. So I like to use the baby Bella mushrooms when I cook because I feel like it has more flavor. I don't like the white mushrooms as much. I like the baby Bella or the portobello when I'm doing this breakfast recipe. So it's really simple, right? So if you want to chop these up in a good way, all you have to just put pressure and pull the stem out like that. So it was literally just snapping the stem and putting it down. I'm going to do that a few times real quick. See, you just put pressure on the stem, snap it, and pull it out the center, and it leaves it like that. So then I'm going to do that because my baby is standing right next to me. She really wants this mushroom mix. Like, she loves it. So if you haven't seen me do it, it's really simple. These are simple, easy things. And mushrooms are a cheap ingredient. And to make this breakfast, it's pretty cheap for a bigger family if they don't have a problem with eggs. It's just taking these ingredients. The most expensive thing is the bacon bits out of this because eggs in most cases are cheaper.
Can I pass one to you, Daddy?
Yeah, you can pass one to me. Just do it off camera real quick. Here, walk over here, baby. Hand it to me. Hold on. Uh-oh, pick it up. I won't use that one. She dropped it, but she's trying to be a part of the segment. I don't want to do that weird thing where people exploit their children on camera. So, thank you. Now, will you throw that in the trash for me?
Yeah.
You're a great helper. I appreciate you, baby girl. No, we're done with that one. We don't need that one. All right, so let's come over here. I'm going to show y'all how I dice my mushrooms, right? So let me see how close. Shh, guys, you got to keep it down. I'm doing a cooking show here. So with my knife, I usually take, let me see if it's, if I can angle it enough. So I'll take the knife, right? Put it in small slivers, like across the side, and just same method. If you apply pressure from, like you point your knife down and then kind of do a chop and slide motions, what I like to do. But I always tell people who aren't used to using knives, please tuck your thumb, because I've had my kids distract me a few times and almost lopped my thumb off. So that's a very important thing. And make sure your equipment you're using is sanitized, and if you have knives, make sure you sharpen them every once in a while, which, fun fact, I always keep a sharpening tool in my drawer because you can use your knives quite a bit and get life out of it if you have a sharpening tool. You don't have to sharpen them very often, but it makes a difference. So I'm going to chop a few more up just for the segment real quick. So I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see. Let me move a little closer and tilt the camera a little bit more on that. So you take it and you, again, angle, slice, slide. And you want to chop it kind of thin because now while I'm doing this, right, I want to cover something. So interesting fact, right? You don't have to use oil to cook mushrooms in a pan. You can use water. It's healthy and it still cooks them properly. But if you're using like other ingredients like green onion, bacon bits with it, you're going to want to use the oil because the oil is going to activate some of the flavor and blend it together as it sizzles. So I would always say if you're just pan sauteing some mushrooms, right? Make sure that you only use water for the healthier option, and because it'll still pan saute them and it'll inflate them and give them a little flavor. But if you use the oil, if you want to be healthy and you want to use avocado oil, you can do that. I just use regular oil because my kids are picky and they complain about everything. So now, see, we have, oh, I had one mushroom hiding in the back here, y'all. So let me just cut this one up real quick. We're getting ready. Like the pan, while the pan's warming up to the perfect medium heat for me for the eggs, I'm going over the cutting of my mixing for this. So, see, your mushroom mix should kind of be like thin like this, like almost like a thin sliver. And I cut up like 5 mushrooms. So now, let me angle this back up. Hopefully I'm not boring y'all. Oh, hey, Ghosty, I'm cooking eggs, but I'm using my mushroom mix that I make. Specifically, my kids love it, to go as a side item with eggs. You can cook them scrambled, you can cook them sunny side, however you choose. All right, so we got the mushroom in there. So now we got the mushroom and the green onion. So for anybody who's never chopped up an onion before, right? I'm gonna teach you how to do that. Normally I'd wash my knife out, but since nobody in my house has like allergies to things, I'm not gonna do that today. But so when you're cutting an onion, right? Let me angle her back down here and scoot her up. What you want to do with an onion, right? So you got 2 ends of the onion. The way I was shown to do it is you'll cut one of the small ends off like this. Like you'll cut the end off, and then you'll come over here and you'll flip it around and you'll cut the other end off, right? So now both ends are cut off. Now I have a hack I do. I cut a little sliver down the side of the onion. Like I'll cut a little slice like this so that I can put my finger in and peel that layer that has like that thick waxy paper. Now you can, a fun tip, like that skin that's on the outer part of your onion, you can save that. And if you are the type that likes to use all your ingredients in this economy, you can take that skin and you can bake it in your oven. I think broil it, whatever the highest setting is, and it'll dry it out and you can turn that into onion powder. But that's just like a small factor. So when you're cutting an onion, right? Let me see if it can, let me angle it down a little bit more. I don't know how well y'all can see it. I'm trying to get the angle. You're going to want to cut straight center, cut the onion in half, so you have like 2 pieces like this. And now, when you're cutting an onion, the best way I like to do it is, so again, same cutting method, always tilt and then slide in, but don't completely cut through, and then make lines in your onion, right? About evenly distributed, but don't cut completely through because it'll hold the onion together, and you'll see why in a second. So you're going to do that when you're cutting an onion, like if you've never used a knife. So tuck your finger for the last part so you don't have a blooper. So your onion's kind of going to look like this, right? Now check this out. This is the fun part. I always enjoy using a knife. So if you take the onion from where you cut it, you'll take your knife and you'll angle it at the side. And what you'll do is you'll start cutting like this at an angle, like at a, almost like a, it's like a really small trajectory angle like this, and cutting, and it'll break it into slivers. And that's just the first cut, and then it'll flatten out. So then you're going to have what looks like a bunch of cubed up ones, and you can like toss it up or whatever. Now I like to go in, see, it'll kind of look chopped like this. So once you do that, like you'll just go back in, make it in a pile one time, and you can just, the way I showed you, like you can just run your knife at an angle, slide, cut, and you can kind of just do this a few times, kind of like a chopping motion safely if you have a sharpened knife. And that will give you a finely chopped onion if you're like trying to use your hands and stuff for it. So then you're going to end up having a finely chopped onion. So let's scoot this. It's going to look like this. I'm going to find a way to record better when I find a way. But see, now we got a finely chopped onion. I'll take that little chunk out. And let's angle her back up. Let me check and make sure I'm not missing any comments. I don't know the proper term. I'd have to learn it. Like my brain can only retain so much information at a time. So once you do that, I'm going to add my onion mix into the bowl that already has the mushrooms and the green onion, right? So by this time, the pan's probably heated up. I don't have to chop anything else. So I'm going to take some of my Members Mark brand bacon bits and put it in there. I'm just going to mix it in. I like a lot of bacon bits because when you use the oil, it gives some of the meat flavor to make it taste really good. You just kind of toss it up and make sure everything's mixed up. I like to do this while I'm about to put the eggs in. I'll take my oil and I'll pre-soak it a little bit. Just pre-soak a tiny bit in there. kind of like a drizzle. And then that way it's already kind of soaking the oil flavor. Now, excuse me, I have allergies and the onion's starting to cook my eye. I like to always have a bowl on the side when I crack my eggs because I don't like leaving eggs in the container like some people do because you forget. So now that we've done that, right? The next thing, yes, I'm using brown eggs. They're a little more expensive, but I enjoy them. I don't know how to explain it. They just taste better, okay? So when you're cracking an egg, right? This is the method I use. I hold it between my finger like this, like a grip. Now on the side of my sink, right? Crack. I'm going to crack it. Right there, one good crack, right? See how it's split right there? Now, let me angle it down at the pan, see if you can see it. And I'm going to, first of all, I forgot to spray my oil because I was talking like a motor mouth. Spray a little bit, tiny bit of the spray, non-stick spray. Of course, my kids left me with no non-stick, but parents like me are smart enough to know. Have a second on hand because they don't tell you when they're using up all your stuff. Parent struggle, right? Little bit of the oil. Now it's cracked, so you take your two thumbs in the middle and just boom, you split it open like that, put the eggshells in, and now, people like me, we put a little black pepper in that sucker, because we like the flavor, because you know, in my house, we do flavor, and I don't know if you can hear that ASMR of that egg sizzling in the pan and whatnot, but I like to also try to keep the yolk as close as possible. So for people who are making a sunny side egg up, right, so here's the thing, right? Some people aren't good at flipping the egg, so I'm going to show you the trick method that everybody's been exposed to on the internet. Okay, thank you. I'll have to get with you, Ghosty. I forget. You know a lot of things I don't know, and it's always useful. So if you look at the egg right now, it's cooking so good. That little bubble in the center. So I'm going to show y'all the method that TikTok has taught us in other places first, which is, yes, I kept this handy. If you can't flip an egg, grab a lid. Do this, and look at that. Look at that, perfect. Now you just slide that sucker back in, and the beauty is, it did not crack the egg. So you still have your sunny side, and it's flipped. So, that's one way you can do that. So now we'll just wait for that to finish up, right? And while we're waiting, can you toss this away for me, son? Thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, hopefully I'm not boring y'all. I'm trying to kind of do this. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this, Gracie. I'm trying to expand. I like politics, but I also like to bring everybody as a whole together. That's my goal with my page, is to be transparent, to be a normal, everyday person. I don't try to hide the fact that my kids are in the background screaming. If they want to help, they can help, but I'm keeping them off camera because I don't want the exploitation of that, right? That's just weird to me. It rubs me the wrong way. What's up, OG? And now the egg's pretty much cooked, right? So let me grab my plate, which, fun fact, I have Halloween plates that I love to use. Because Halloween might be 1 month out the year, 1 day out the year, but for me, we celebrate it all year because it's fun. So now, you got your perfect little egg. Didn't break it. Look at that. Look at that. Won't you just look at it? And while we're at it, while I have a second before I do my little mixture of my stuff together, because I have to get a bigger pan, give me 1 second. So I did this intentionally today, even though it's going to be a horrible, and I mean a horrible accent. I wore a Rick and Morty shirt because originally before people came in, I was going to run and be like, "Oh, geez, Rick, can you believe what MadamLightning's doing? What, this isn't politics?" And then I was going to be like, "Shut up, Morty. There's more to the world than politics." I know I can't do a really good one, but if you ask me to do Beetlejuice, I can kind of do a good Beetlejuice, though. Anyways, I'm going to get a bigger pan real quick, y'all, so I can cook the mix of my mushrooms and stuff, which, give me a couple seconds, and I'll be right back for that. I'm doing a cooking show on a live right now. Yeah, you're good. All right, so now we got a bigger pan for my mixture that I'm about to toss in there. I think it's in camera. Let me see. Yep, it's in camera. I like these glass stove tops because they're kind of magnetic. They pull the pan down. So here we go, y'all. The magic of the creme brulee, or the however you say that French word. Just a little drizzle drizzle. Perfect lines. Now you toss it in. Give it a second for it. That's why I had it marinating in the oil, because now they add a little seasoning, right? So I'm going to go ahead and drizzle the top like that. And then we're going to hit it with some black pepper. Because black pepper, now this is one of my cracked black pepper shakers. Yeah, same ones you see in a restaurant. I know, I got one in the Goodwill for a reason. Well, look, if you have a gas one still, you can cook s'mores on that sucker and it'll come out good. Like, you can do inside s'mores on a rainy day, so that's a win for you. I can't do that with an electric stove. So now we're going to season it with some black pepper. And I don't know if y'all can hear that beautiful ASMR of the sizzle from it. But while that's doing that, right? So what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to show y'all how to make a pinwheel while this is starting to cook in the pan, and I'll be off camera flipping it around and doing my thing.
My Buzz Lightyear's
Oh, look, baby, I'll fix your Buzz Lightyear after, I promise. I'll super glue his foot back on. You have my word. I know, baby. So I'm going to show y'all how to make a pinwheel. Give me 1 second. So, now if you have a house where people have food allergies, most important thing, always remember, wash your freaking hands. Wash them. I'm not the best about the 20-second rule. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm lazy. I speed through it. But right now the mushroom mix is cooking. I'm going to clean off this pan real quick with, that's right, my handy dandy smiley face sponge, because whoever invented these is a freaking genius. They work really good. So, pinwheels are actually pretty easy to make, right? To clean off my cutting board. I like to clean my dishes as I go, because I hate, and I mean I hate, doing the cleanup afterwards. So, to everybody who's tuned in so far, I appreciate y'all. Real talk. Y'all could have been doing anything with your time. So let me get my plate. So for the pinwheels, right? Let's go over the ingredients. You know those ones you see at Walmart that are like $6 right now? You can get all the ingredients for about $12 and make them yourself. It's really simple. So check this out. You just need some tortillas, which, there we go. Pan off my back plate here. And then you're just going to, let me angle this. You're going to place the tortilla on the plate. Simple as that. Now, yes, we have a cyclospora thing going on, but this isn't Taylor Farms. I like to use this baby red and green lettuce because of the benefits of it. Because I just appreciate the red and the green lettuce more and the crunch to it, right, for your wrap. So I already cleaned this last night, so anybody who's freaking out about cyclospora and stuff, you just take some lettuce, right, and you place it on the wrap evenly and distribute it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to make. They're cheap. And then, the next beautiful thing, you do cheese before meat, and I'm going to show you why. So, I just have, me personally, I like extra sharp cheddar or Vermont flavored cheddar for mine for the pinwheel. Because what I'm doing is I'm going to do a bacon cheddar wrap with ranch. And then I'm going to have honey mustard on the side, because if you've never combined those two flavors for dipping afterwards, you will not be disappointed. So you're going to take your cheese slices, split them in half. This is this isn't that government cheese that you know, the joke we call about the government cheese. This is the good cheese. This is the kind you use for like an actual sandwich, right? You're going to break it in half. Yeah, those sponges are amazing, Gracie. I'm telling you, I love them. Like, if you go to Sam's Club, you can get them for a really good deal for like a 6-pack, I think it is, and save a lot of money. I ain't even trying to advertise for Sam's Club. I'm just saying, like, in this economy, even though I don't agree with them, they do have good deals to save me a lot of money for feeding my family, especially in the snack department, because, you know, kids eat more snacks than food. And, of course, I'm off camera mixing up the mix. You probably can hear the ASMR. I don't know. So now, right, you're going to take this. So I like the Oscar Mayer oven roasted turkey for mine. Oh, I still love government cheese with some crackers. You break it into pieces. So you're going to just take it, and I'm going to show you the pattern as I wear it. Yeah, once I'm done. You want one of these turkeys?
Yeah.
You want a turkey too, Philip? Here you go. One for you. One for you. Y'all are my cooking show experts, so I got to give y'all some food. Here you go, Philip. One for you too while I get back to my cooking show, baby. There you go. All right. And I'm about to show y'all. I usually do 4 slices. I like these because they're cut round, which makes it perfect for it, right? So now, this is kind of what it's going to look like, right? This is what it's going to look like. It's going to be layered up like this. You got to make sure it's all in the center for the perfect balance. So now, since we're doing a chicken bacon wrap, or a turkey bacon wrap, sorry, we're going to take some of these bacon bits and spread them through the center of this wrap right here. Our mushroom mix is almost done, y'all. which I'm going to show y'all in just a minute. So hopefully y'all are enjoying this. I'm trying to branch out and do some stuff to bring people together to smile and learn while they're at it. Wait, hold on, what? Luck. Let me see what somebody said. Oh, okay, that was the comment I was playing. Yeah, it's kind of like Costco, but they might as well just be cousins. I call them cousins in the industry of like everything. So yeah, now you got your bacon bits. So I'll show you how it's evenly distributed. It's gonna look kind of. Let me see if I can just angle it down like this. So this is the presentation, and now I'm gonna get the ranch. I know everybody doesn't like ranch, but I put that in the wrap. So give me 1 second. I like my ranch to be chilled, just like my personality, you know? Because people who live in the South will get that joke. Anyways, you take a little bit of ranch, put a strip down the middle. Like, you know, it ain't like Subway where you're like, all right, that's enough. Or that's enough. Well, that's enough slices. Like, we don't go through that. So you got the ranch in the middle. I got to get my energy drink, which people who don't know about energy drinks, Alani is a clean energy drink. As long as you drink it moderately, flavors are amazing, and Halloween is coming up, so the Witch's Brew is coming back out. So now, right, I'm going to try to see if I can angle it where y'all can see this, how you fold it to do this. So what you got to do, right, you take the wrap. You have to have really good pinching method. So you're going to take it, and you're going to kind of fold. I usually do this the first time just to kind of get it to like fold in, and then I'll take and pinch and roll. Tuck the corner in, pinch and roll. If you've worked for Taco Bell or a restaurant with tacos, then you'll know. So you're going to kind of just pinch it and pinch it and pinch it, right? And push down and flatten it out a little bit, and pinch again, smooth it out. Now, this is what it's going to look like before I do the next part, right? For this. All right, the mushroom mix is almost finished. I've got to mix it up one more time. I like it to be brown and beautiful, just like me. So we got the mushroom mix almost done cooking, and then we'll have the whole dish to present. So now, you want to know what's crazy about pinwheels, right? Check this out. All a pinwheel literally is, right, is you're going to take it now, and you're going to section it off and just slice it. Now check this out. I should have pinched it a little better, but I was kind of rushing. But you just cut it into slices, kind of measured out. And, oh, this one, it's just like Taco Bell, where the end piece always has the freaking little bits with nothing in it. Here you go, Bubby. You can have a snack, buddy. Have some. Have that turkey wrap, buddy. All right, so now we have a turkey, bacon, cheese wrap for a presentation. And then I like to add a little honey mustard to the plate, so we're going to just do a little sliver of that. One of the best honey mustards that I can say, Sweet Baby Ray don't play. So, just saying, get a little bit of that honey mustard for that extra kick that'll make the flavor stick. I'm an expert at rhyming, y'all. Don't mind me. That's just part of my personality. I rhyme everything. I've been doing that apparently since I was little, so, ooh. And you know how they say you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen? I'm sweating, but I ain't leaving the kitchen. We gonna finish this, all right? We almost there. We almost there. So this is the final presentation. You can make your own pinwheels, and it's simple. Again, tortillas are cheap. You can use small ones or big ones. So the tortilla thing, that's like a $3 average cost. Right now, depending on where you live, at a Walmart, it's about $2 for the cheese. The turkey's probably the most expensive part. I paid $4 for it. And then if you have bacon bits, like a big bag, you can use that for a whole month depending on your household size. So I'd say maybe $15 max. And you can make, depending on how many tortillas are in there, you can make up to 5 or 6 pinwheels. This makes a really good snack. It gives, and for your kids too, like even the little ones, you can change it up on things they don't like. It gives them a good ability. Sorry, I gotta wipe some of the sweat off. It's freaking hot. Holy moly. My kitchen doesn't have like good circulation, so... But it makes a good snack, gives them a few of the food groups. And if they like different dipping sauces, you can change it up. Because you know how kids literally eat ketchup and ranch like it's food. Alright, so now that is the final presentation for that dish. Now let's come right back over to Madam Lightning's corner in the kitchen. And see, show you a cool little trick when you're using a pan, right? Like you see in those professional things, if you do this, look, nothing fell out. You can do that when you have a bunch of stuff to evenly distribute it to make sure it flips. Because I do love to cook in the kitchen. I just don't share that very often. Just saying, I'm good with my tools. Oh, let's see what my AI summary says. It says, cooking turkey bacon pinwheels with the mushroom mix. Share your favorite feelings. Now, you could have done better with those wordings, AI. I'm disappointed in you. But now, nice and brown and about to be in that stomach and not the lost and found. So, here we go. Oh, thank you for helping me hit the goal, y'all. I appreciate that. I never expect people to gift. It's optional. So, now that we have the mushroom mix, we're going to pour it onto the plate. As such, now let me set this to the side, turn off the burner, and I'm going to put a little bit on this plate here because I'm going to give it to my kid. I'll have to cook the toast part for her. But I'm going to give her some pinwheels too because I was trying to do a cooking segment. But the final presentation, hold on. Normally I wouldn't combine the two, but like I said, I'm just doing it for a cooking segment to bring people together and to do something fun that's not politics and showcase something else I can do with my time. So this is what one of my kiddos is about to get to eat. I'm going to give her some ranch because she doesn't like honey mustard. So that was the whole cooking segment basically for this morning. I'll think of some more cool stuff. I tried to showcase chopping skills for people who don't use knives much. I tried to constantly show you should wash your hands no matter what. You always wash your hands. There's no excuse for that. And I also tried to showcase how to do cutting methods, although I do need to learn the terms if I'm going to do cooking segments. But yeah, my kitchen doesn't have proper ventilation. Plus, it's like 87 fucking degrees outside right now and still rising, which means it's about to hit 100 soon. But to everybody that showed up, I hope you enjoyed the segment. This is just an experience of something that, you know, I've been making for my kids for about 4 days now for breakfast, back to forward, because during the summer it feeds them pretty good. They enjoy it. They like the mushroom mix. Like I said, if they don't like mushroom mix, you can do something else. But it's a way to stretch meals with cheap ingredients. And oh, thank you. And I'll post like the reels and stuff of this later. And if you don't follow me on my YouTube channel, I do have a YouTube channel where I'm going to post a whole segment you can watch and it's the MadamLightning talk show. That's literally what it is on YouTube. If you want to follow over there, it's optional. I never tell people you have to do anything. But I also, like, people who follow me over there, they're going to start to see podcasts up there as well. And the podcasts are going to be covering things like constitutional amendment breakdowns, Title IX funding, how it works. Basically, a lot of podcasts on educational things as well as cooking segments for fun. So I encourage you to do that. I haven't posted the content because I've been so busy and burned out that I had to take a few days for myself for once. Like, I've been posting videos, but like on my TikTok, but not to my YouTube because I'm a little behind. But I already have 2 that are ready to be posted. I just have to download them to my computer and upload them onto YouTube later. But I appreciate everybody who came out, and I'm gonna do these more often, but this was like my new equipment. It's just like a tripod stand with my phone. I'm gonna try to find a better way to maximize how to make it look better as I do it. But I was doing that single-handed. Like, maybe one day I'll get one of my kids to help me, like, with angling and stuff so they can catch me doing all the stuff. But y'all have an amazing day, and just remember, even though it may be dark right now, the clouds are going to break up and the sunshine's going to come in. Rainbows will always exist. Nobody can make that go away. And you're always seen and heard whether you know it or not. Love you guys. I think I'm going to hit the end button here. I normally do. Well, I was doing that like it was a segment of a video where I usually cover it up. But I appreciate all of y'all. And I'll try to do another one when I'm doing something more like complex. Because fun fact, I do know how to make French pastries too. Like, I might do a baking segment maybe next month or something when I have more funds. We'll teach y'all how to do that because that's a complicated thing, but it's fun. I got the notification while you're doing that. Thank you, Ghosty. But y'all have an amazing day. And if you're not following me and you popped in and happen to see me today, I encourage you to do so. I'm a wholesome person. I provide wholesome content, and I'm always straightforward and honest and tell it like it is. That's one reason I exist on this app, and the only reason. Y'all have an amazing day. Spread smiles and joy.